What's up, guys? It's Leon the Sick One over here, and today we're gonna take a look at the big question that everybody wants to know in project cars too, and that is, of course, which one is the fastest GT3 car. I mean, we got a game here with more than 20 GT3 cars, and it's the most popular car on project cars. You go up, you search for an online lobby, and all you're gonna see is GT3 car after GT3 cars. You know what, let's just get into the video and check out the first car and see what it can do. So, we're gonna start off with Renault, as we come about the finish line right about now. This car, I really like this car. I think this is probably the best car for beginners as well. If you find yourself speeding out a lot and find yourself struggling with the GT3 cars, or just want a really stable, reliable car that rarely fails you, then I surely think this is the car to go. It's very planted, very good handling, and yeah, this car is just amazing. As we see here, I ran hard tires. Oh yeah, you can see here I went a little bit off track there, very little on the outside curb, but I decided to just keep going with it because who cares. I'm not here to hot lap, I'm not here to put down world record times right now, so I'm just here to show you what times the car does, you know, just to find out the best GT3 car. And with the cars, I ran them all on hard tires, and I didn't want to use soft tires, and I didn't want to use qualifying setups either. I used them all on the hard, on the race setup, because I wanted them to, I want to be able to race with the cars. I don't really care for hot lap, you know, for one lap. I want my cars set up to be stable for an entire race. This is not going to be the absolute fastest, and I didn't either spend thousands of hours with these cars. I just raced the car until I felt this is a pretty good time that I can use. And you see here, coming up on the finish line in 1:44 blank almost, which is I could have gone a little bit faster probably. I could have gone, you know, if I spent more time, but I felt that was kind of fair, you know, and I gave all the cars the same amount of time. So we come up on the Ferrari here, the nerfed Ferrari. It's still a very good car, and I still think it's one of the best cars. It's it's a little bit more understeer now, but it's also a little bit more stable in some slower situations. Slightly Magic said so anyway. But it's a very good car. It's fast. It also has turbo, which means because there's a bug right now, so turbo cars are faster on some tracks like Red Bull Ring, Nürburgring GP, and such. So this is a very good option if you want to be competitive. Personally, I'm not sure. Maybe I go for it, maybe I don't. But yeah, I'm just gonna let you watch this race and see what happens, see what time I put down. And once again, I could have done better. I messed up a little bit here and there, like I did in all cars. So I think the times are fair for all the cars. And yeah, I just decided, you know, let's take a peek out of the window, see something cool here. And I came out at pretty much the exact same time like the Renault, so they're pretty equal in terms of speed. And here we got the Audi. This car, I got a little bit off track there as well, as you see, it's slightly touched. I was like, oh fuck it, you know. It's just so small, it's not gonna change, it's not gonna give me 2 more seconds, and I don't care for world record right now. So I just pushed on. And this car, I really like this car. It also feels very planted, very balanced, and I slide a little bit here. Like this entire lap actually, I slide a little bit with the rear. I push the car a bit too much, probably overdrive it. But sometimes the rear can go out depending on setup or the way you want to have it. But I think the Audi It's a very consistent car, a very good car to have in, let's say, a league race or a longer endurance race or something like that. So if you want a reliable car that will last good and you know, be very consistent, then I think the Audi would be a really good choice. It might not be the absolute fastest car, but I mean, in long races consistency is key. So I would probably go for the Audi in a league race or an endurance race or something like that. So let's see what time I get here. Okay, coming up on the finish line, we got a 1:44 blank. So the three first cars are basically the same times, all of them. And here we got the Merc. I really didn't like this car at all. I think it's a little bit too unstable, and the rear is a little bit loose, and you got a lot of power, so you gotta be careful when coming out of corners. Just short and all, I didn't like the handling at all, and I had so much understeer with this car. I spent, I don't know if I spent 1 or 2 hours trying to fix the understeer in the setup, and I got so frustrated in the end because I worked so much on the setup, so I was like, oh fuck it. So I just took this time, which is absolutely not the best, and it doesn't really represent the car itself, because it can be good on some tracks. So if you really like this car, pick it, sure. I mean, it has the same pace like the other three cars, no doubt. On some track it's probably even faster because of straight line speed. So this track is probably not even the best track for the AMG. You see there, I fucked up a little bit. I lost, I don't know, 2/10 or something. But like I said, I was so tired because I spent so much time with this car, so I just thought, remove 2 or 3/10 from this lap and you get a time for this car. You see this massive understeer, it's so annoying. I had to restart so many times because I went too fast in the corners with the understeer. So like I said, take this time and remove maybe 2 or 3/10. And this track is not the best for the Mercedes, obviously, so it's going to be fast on other tracks, so don't let this be a deciding factor. It had, I put down a lap of 1:44.4, so remove 2 or 3/10, let's say 1:44.1 probably. So it's, you know, 1/10 off, and it's not the best track for the Mercedes. So here we got the Porsche. This one, without doubt, in my mind, the fastest car of the GT3. It's really agile, as you can see. I do a lot of counter steer because I'm pushing the car. So the rear can be a little bit loose, but it's got a very good turn radius. It turns very good. It's quick and it's fun. It's really ugly though. I don't like Porsche, so it's but you know, who cares about aesthetics? But I really enjoyed this car. I think the handling was good. It was really good. Maybe if you do long stints or league racing, perhaps after the tires got a bit worn, you can make a mistake and lose the rear and spin out, and that could cost you the race. But that's all up to the person driving the car. But it's without a doubt the fastest car. So if you want a real fast car, maybe for just a short line race, you know, 8 laps or something, pick the Porsche. It's really good, and it has good top speed as well. I did the absolute best times with the Porsche as well. But you know, if you're gonna do a long stint, I would probably do the Audi, even if it's a little bit slower. It's a bit more stable, and that gives you more consistency in the end. So with this Porsche, I could even do faster than this, but I did quite much faster laps than the other cars. I'm coming in at 1:43.7 with this one, which is, I think, is 2 or 3/10 from the world record. But there you go, guys. If you want the absolute fastest car, I would say the Porsche is the fastest car. But then you also have to give some other cars some credits, because right now, like I said, the altitude bug is still in the game, which means cars with turbos will be faster on high altitude tracks. So on, let's say, Red Bull Ring, the BMW is so much faster than all the other cars. The Acura is faster than the other cars. You got Nürburgring, you got Monza, you know, all these underdog cars that normally isn't fast will be faster because of this bug, but it will be fixed in the next patch, to say. So I would say the BMW is actually a good car, a very good car as well. You could try it, but it wasn't as good on Imola as the other cars. But you know, on high altitude track, like I said, the BMW is going to be really good. So consider the BMW if you wanna. You can try it, but it's a little bit slower on the other track though. So as you can see on this lap right here, this BMW did a 1.28.4 on the Red Bull Ring, and that is much faster than most of the cars. So I would say the BMW is one of the fastest car, if not the fastest car on Red Bull Ring. The Ferrari is also very fast, and the Acura is fast, but the BMW is real fast on this track. So you know, the BMW can be a good one. As you can see, the Porsche is the fastest car. Now, I picked only these 5 cars out of all the 20 plus GT3 cars because these are the fastest car currently, and they're pretty equal, everyone. So I would say the car that suits you the best would be the fastest for you. I mean, the Renault is very stable and consistent, and if you could drive the Renault without spinning out, then you would be faster in the Renault than the Porsche, let's say, because maybe you lose the tail one time and spin. So the fastest car on paper is the Porsche, but then we have to remember consistency is key. So pick the car that suits your driving style, that you make less mistake with. So out of all the cars, these 5 are the fastest cars, and the BMW on some tracks. Yep, so there you go guys, pick the car of your choice and go out and win some races and have some fun. And if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos.